Shut the specs up. I said, shut the specs up. That's right. Shut it up. Shut the specs up. I'm talking to you. Yeah, you. I'm talking to you. Shut the specs up. You mad? You want to do something? Shut the specs up. That's right. Get the specs out my face. Get the specs out my face and shut the specs up. You mad? You want to do something? You want to do something? See, this is a response to the last video I made. Is Nintendo cheap? And some of the comments, not all, because I had some people that flow where I was flowing, but I had a few people that want to bring spec talks into the conversation, and I wasn't talking about specs. Now, this is your boy Levelhead, back with another video telling all you spec heads to shut the specs up and get the specs out my face. That's right, I said that. Don't get mad, you can't handle me, son. Anyway, now in the last video I said it's Nintendo cheap. And I clearly said in the video I am not talking about the specs, the CPU, the GPU, the gigs, all that, the RAM, whatever else you want to talk about. I'm not talking about that. I am satisfied with the Wii U. So if I'm asking the question, is Nintendo cheap? And I say I'm not talking about the specs, and I clearly point out what I am talking about, which was marketing. Why would you get in the comment section and bring up specs? I'm tired of this conversation, people. I'm tired of it. It's getting old. It's been old. It's done with. Alright? We know what we're working with. Wii U has 2 gigs. One allocated for the games, the other for the OS. We know that the PlayStation 4 has 8 gigs and the Xbox One has 8 gigs. Who cares? It doesn't matter. I mean, it factors in, don't get me wrong, but it comes down to the developers and their knowledge of said system. So shut the specs up. Get the specs out my face before I smash it. That's what I'm saying here. Now, I want to bring up this dude right here, Naughty Dog, co-founder, Jason Rubin says, it comes down to the business model, exclusives, and much more instead. Now, it was a tweet he had said, and I'm going to try to get down to it, where a person asked him, do you have any takeaways from a developer's honest standpoint? Can you get more or less from PlayStation 4 hardware versus Xbox One via specs? And this is what Jason said. Once drove a racetrack in mom's van with a pro driver, then couldn't beat his time driving a Ferrari. It's the driver, not the car. In other words, it's the developer and not said system. You can have 8, 12 gigs if the developer don't know how to utilize and can't get the best out of that hardware. It don't matter how powerful it is. So shut the specs up. Yeah, I said that. Get the specs out my face. This is what I want y'all to do. The next person that jump in your comment section and they start screaming a whole bunch of specs, tell them to shut the specs up. Shut the specs up. That's the new slogan. I want everyone to adopt this. I want everyone to add this to their vocabulary. Shut the specs up. And somebody say something, get the specs out my face. That's what you tell them. Get the specs out my face before I smash it. That's right, I said that. I said that. Tired of it. Can't take it no more, people. Now, I want to bring up someone else. The folks who made Nano Assault broke down how to get the best out of the Wii U. Said they didn't even really utilize but a fraction of the Wii U's capability because it comes down to the developers and what they know and understand about said system. They talking about they can get way more if they desired to. And what we saw was pretty nice looking, not to be running on much and requiring much from the Wii U. So shut the specs up. Stop talking about this. People, who cares? Who cares? If that's all you care about, then go buy a PC and have those arguments with those dudes that love to buy GPUs and upgrade every year, go do that, because you can't do that on the console, so why keep bringing it up? Yeah, we know the PlayStation 4. Yeah, we know the Xbox One is stronger than the Wii U. Who cares? The Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3 were stronger than the Wii. We still got Mario Galaxy, and it still looked good. So who cared? It wasn't even in HD, people, and it still shined. It still was nominated. It still won one of the best games created last gen. Who cares about the specs? Shut the specs up. Get the specs out my face. What you say? Don't make me SPEC'N Slap you. You hear me? Yeah, I'm talking to you. Don't make me SPEC'N Slap you. Get the specs out my face. Shut the specs up. Yeah. Now, I'm finna go finish this slap yourself. I just had to do that, people. I had to get that off my chest. Shut the specs up. That's what you need to tell them. Tell them, shut the specs up. Get the specs out my face. I'm going to be saying that to everybody. You're going to see me in the comment section. As soon as I see somebody talking about power and graphics, and I'm just going to put up the shut the specs up. Get the specs out my face before I SPEC'N Slap you. Anyway, this is your boy signing out. Deuces. Like, subscribe, and follow. Peace.